Hello to you, my dear friends. It's Magis again, and I'm talking to you from my balcony in London. Today it's a rather warm day in London. We've got 17 degrees Celsius, or otherwise 63 degrees Fahrenheit. It's quite comfortable. A little bit windy, as you can see behind me. The leaves of the big tree in the background are moving. Front and back is because of the wind, but it's a rather pleasant day. So what we're going to do today, first of all, I would like you to make yourselves a coffee, as I have done here. You can see already I had a couple of sips, and make sure that you enjoy your coffee while you are watching the video. More than anything, I want you to enjoy and to have fun while you are watching. Also, I hope that wherever you are well, and that everything is good with you and your lives. So first of all, we are going to do an update of all of the work that we have done so far on my balcony. It's only been a couple of weeks since I've started making those videos. So first of all, you remember I've used the starter kits. I've got them here, where I've showed some hibiscus seeds, because I love very much the hibiscus plants, and I would like to have at least 2 hibiscus plants on my balcony. But even though it has been, you can have a good look at it here, you see it's empty, nothing has grown inside. Unfortunately, the hibiscus seeds have not germinated. It's only been a couple of weeks. Also, I've got the other starter kit to show you, which is this one. Again, you see nothing has germinated. You can see it's pretty much empty, yeah? It's still all filled with soil. It's rather moist, but in 2 weeks nothing has grown. There could be a number of reasons for that. It could be that the seeds were too old. I ordered them from Amazon, so it's not a specialized site to order plant seeds, but they do provide. So I said to give it a go. I've done the water test, so I put them in a bottle with water, and they stayed at the bottom of the bottle, which means that they should be good quality, but still they could have been old, dated. It could have been that the temperature in London was not high enough, or it was not stable enough for them to germinate. Usually you need to have, I think, for hibiscus seeds, a temperature of above 18 to 20 degrees Celsius. It's not so easy to get it in London. I was hoping I was growing the hardy hibiscus variety, so that they could withstand a little bit cooler temperatures, but again, it's very difficult to know exactly what kind of seeds I received when I got them. Yeah. Now what I've done, because I really like those hibiscus plants very much, I've ordered from another site that is more specific in providing plant seeds, and I'm still expecting to receive them. When I receive them, I will have to immerse them in water and leave them in the fridge for about a month to soften them. It's called a cold stratification method. It softens the seeds, so then when you plant them into soil, it's easier for them to germinate. But I'm waiting to receive them. I have not received them yet. As you've seen with these starter kits, I haven't had so much luck with the hibiscus seeds that I ordered from the Amazon website. It's only been 2 weeks though. You never know, they may still germinate over the coming weeks. I'm gonna keep them on the balcony sill on the outside, where they have direct access to the daylight, okay, because daylight is important for their germination. So I'm gonna keep them on my windowsill for the coming weeks and see what's gonna happen with them. You never know, the temperature may improve, the condition might improve, and it might be possible for them to germinate. In the meanwhile, while I will be keeping them on my windowsill, I'm gonna be misting them gently, just once a week with my mister, my water sprinkler, yeah, so that you have to keep them relatively moist, yeah. So that's it with the starter kits. I haven't had too much luck. Now, you remember last time we did the cuttings, we did 2 red rose cuttings that we put in the large pot that already pre-existed on my balcony. I found that pot when I actually moved into this flat. It was from the previous owner. So, and I've also used, you can see it in the background, the last one, the smaller pot at the back, is the yellow chrysanthemum cutting. So I'm gonna take the camera close to those cuttings now, so we'll see how they've been doing, how they're getting on, yeah? So we'll start with the red rose seeds, so come with me. So, oh no, not red rose seeds, red rose cuttings, yeah? Excuse me, yeah? So you can see these are actually doing quite well. They are still green, as you can see, and also there is a lot of moisture inside the plastic cups, which means that there's probably exchange of gases going through. So let's say, you know, when plants photosynthesize, they use the carbon dioxide and they produce oxygen. So because of the exchange of gases, probably there is moisture building up inside the plastic cups, and the leaves are still there and they are green. So I would reckon that these cuttings are still alive and they are in the process of creating new roots. As I said to you when I did the cuttings, it takes about 6 weeks for them to grow roots, so it's only been 1 week and I'm giving you the update, yeah? But the update is rather good, as you can see. The soil is still quite moist, yeah? Maybe you can water it a little bit, but not too much, yeah? Because we don't want to rotten the cuttings. But this is relatively moist. You can water it a little bit. I would use 1 cup, not more, if I wanted to water this, yeah? And now we're going to go to the yellow chrysanthemum cutting. As you can see here, the soil is even more moist. Okay, so really this I would not water it at all. I checked it just a little while earlier before I started making the video, and I do find it quite moist, so that one doesn't need any watering at all. You can see still we've got good news with this one as well, because you can still see the green leaves inside, and also you can see some moisture building inside the plastic cup, which means that there's exchange of gases going on and the plant is photosynthesizing. I'm gonna remove this little weed, also. So it seems to be getting on well, and it's been 1 week since I planted the cutting, and we need to wait another 5 weeks to see if it grows new roots. I do have a pot, and here I am again with my new pot. This is a new pot. Don't be surprised that I can lift it up so easily, even though it looks ceramic. It's not ceramic, it's plastic. Yeah, I bought it from Amazon also. It's good enough. It's a little bit shorter than the other pots, but it's got a good opening as you can see inside. So we are gonna use this cup today to do another propagation from cuttings, and I will show you what plant I want to propagate from cuttings. Yeah, so as you can see, this pot is empty right now, yeah? So I'm gonna leave it on the balcony. I'm leaving it there so where you can see it well, yeah? So I've got these beautiful flowers and cuttings which I bought from my local supermarket yesterday. And what do you think I'm interested in propagating? I am interested in propagating these beautiful yellow roses, yeah? So we hopefully, if my other cuttings are going to be successful, we're going to have some beautiful red roses, and I also want to have some yellow roses. So I'm going to do the yellow rose propagation today, yeah? So I'm going to leave this down for a minute, because what we have to do, as you can see, this pot is actually empty right now. There's no soil. So first of all we have to fill it in with soil before we do anything, yeah? So I'm gonna leave it down there where you can see it, and I'm going to fill it up with some soil, yeah? So we've got this is my moisture meter, okay? I'm gonna leave it down for the minute. We've got here, as you can see, Miracle Grow compost, which I'm gonna use to fill in the pot with, yeah? In order to do that, we are going to use our scissors to cut off the top of the bag so we can get access into the soil. Yeah? And now I'm going to fill in with my hands, yeah, the pot with soil. So we'll do that slowly. If there are any hard parts as you are filling the pot, try to trim them a little bit with your hands, yeah? Obviously with the new roots we don't want them to be extremely hard, the soil at the beginning, yeah? Hello Timo, this is my parrot talking to us. There are bound to be some hard parts for the drainage of the water when we will be watering the plant, yeah, but they don't need to be extremely hard at the beginning at least. So I trim a little bit, yeah, as I do it. I cut them down in slightly smaller pieces, yeah. This is a fun process. I enjoy and I unwind as I'm doing this. It's actually quite relaxing for me. I hope it is relaxing for you too, and also you can enjoy your coffee, yeah? Don't forget. The purpose of doing gardening is to enjoy. Hey Timo, I can hear you. Hello Timo. Don't waste the soil that spills out of the bag here. You can put it back inside the pot. You can see what I'm doing here. Hello Timo, here. And a little bark, as you can see in the soil, which they need for drainage, yeah. So I'm gonna leave the bark inside. They need to have some. Don't waste the soil. Another large piece of bark, as you can see here. I'm gonna cut it down a little bit. It's almost done, getting there. So I'm gonna put a little bit more. You can see it starts filling up here. The most challenging thing to fill up a pot with new soil. But we are getting there. Obviously I could have a spade, but I don't have such a large spade right now on my balcony. I might get one in the future, but right now I don't have. So I'm doing it with my hands. Never mind, it's even a better contact with nature and more relaxing when you do that. I think we are about there. Actually I'm gonna put just a little bit here. The spillage, I'm gonna put it inside also. We don't need to waste it. I'm not wasting anything myself. Everything costs money, so please don't waste. Even if you have a lot of money, you don't need to waste it in soil, yeah? That I'm gonna put back inside. Perfect. Very good. We've done it, yeah? Nice hands also. Still, they look quite clean. Okay, so now, what we're gonna do now, we are going to the next funny part of the process. Fun part of the process, not funny. Where I'm going to create two cuttings. I'm gonna do two. Okay, so I'm gonna go into my roses. Let me gently take them out. So these are the roses. As you can see, they've got a rubber link at the bottom of the bunch, which I'm gonna cut off here. Okay, so I'm gonna cut off now the rubber link at the bottom, yeah, of the bunch. So I'm cutting off there, it's all gone. Now we're gonna separate out the roses, yeah. Oh, there's actually another link over there. It's like a rope. I'm gonna cut it off as well, yeah. So I'm cutting off here also. You can see I'm going, I'm gonna cut. It's gone. So now we can separate out our roses, yeah? We'll choose two that we like very much and we are gonna propagate this, yeah? Great, so this is a nice one, not bad. You can see it, I'm gonna leave it aside. I will feel it when I like one very, very much. This is, I'll find one with a nice thick stem, which is quite rigid and stiff, like quite a vigorous one, like a nice one. So this is another one, not bad. These are another two. Actually, this is a nice one, so I'm gonna leave it aside and I'll tell you in the end. Also, this is actually, when you see this, you see it's a little bit damaged at the side. It's a nice thick stem, but a little bit damaged, so I'm gonna leave it aside. This is another one, quite decent. I'm gonna leave it aside. Actually, this one I like. I'm gonna leave it at the side because it's a runner-up for what we have to do. Another one, I'm gonna leave it there. Another one, I'm gonna leave it there. Another one, I'm gonna leave it there. You know what? Now I'm getting into the thicker ones as I go into the final ones, yeah? This is a rather thin one. Okay, I'm gonna leave it aside, yeah? So now what have we got? We've got these ones are actually quite thin ones. This one is a rather thin one. And what have we got now? I like this. This is the finest. And we are left with these three, which are all very good actually. These three, yeah. So, but I'm not gonna do 3 cuttings now, it's a lot. 3 cuttings is too much. I'm only gonna do 2 cuttings. So let me see now. I've got this, got this, got this. I'll do their leaves are intermingled. I'm gonna do these two. I've decided. So these are the 2 rose branches which are gonna give us the cuttings that we want. So before I prepare the cuttings, what do we have to do with the other ones? Put them back into the vase, yeah, with the water. Because we don't want them to dry out. We want them to offer us their beauty for a few more days, yeah? So I'm gonna put them back into my vase here. Beautiful vase. You can see the yellow roses. How beautiful are they? Bright and beautiful. Very hopeful, like the sun when it is beautiful and bright. We haven't got a sunny day today, but we have got beautiful yellow roses. That is something as a compensation. So let me now start creating the cuttings, yeah? So as you know, and I've said to you in the previous video, we have to cut down all the lower leaves. Hello Timo! Hey, I'm here! I can see you! So we're cutting down all the lower leaves. We have to leave the upper leaves. We're cutting this down. I'm gonna cut this down also. And now we've got these 3 little branches over there, yeah? The flower is still very beautiful, but we have to cut it. Bye bye. So, and should I leave it like that? Should I leave the 3 branches? We have to do a 45 angle cut at the bottom of the stem, yeah? So I'm gonna do this now, as you can see. Oh, it went into my lunch. I'm gonna pick it up later. So actually that's not bad, yeah? this isn't bad. For more security, I'm gonna remove this. I'm gonna remove this big leaf. I think that's acceptable now, yeah? So one cutting is created, and let me go and create the other cutting. So this is a really nice thick one, yeah? So I like that one a lot. Because it will give good solid branches, yeah, when it will be eventually propagated. So I'm gonna start cutting down the lower leaves. So I'm cutting this off. I'm cutting this off also. I'm cutting this off. Don't do it very quickly because you may end up with no leaves, yeah? Remember, always you have to keep the upper leaves. That has got a few thorns at the bottom. Okay, I can remove them a little bit. Okay, remove this. Okay, now I'm cutting this off. And now we are going, yeah? This I'm gonna definitely remove, and this little thing here. And we have to cut down the beautiful flower. So it's all cut. Now we've got these leaves over here, we've got these leaves over there. Definitely this big leaf has to go. We don't want to overdo it, yeah, with our photosynthesis. You can't leave so many leaves on because that one will struggle to feed them, yeah, so you have to remove the very big ones. Should we remove another leaf? Yeah, I'm gonna remove this leaf here, yeah. Removing it. And I'm gonna leave it like that. Also we have to do, we said there, I'm removing this, I'm gonna do the 45 angle cutting at the bottom of the stem, yeah? Okay. So this is the second stem, this is the first stem. They're quite equal in length, yeah? Beautiful, we've done them. So now what we have to do, we are going to create 2 holes into the soil in our small pot, but I'm gonna do that successively. So I'm gonna create the first hole first. In order to create the first hole, as I've said, I'm using the moisture meter and I'm going down to create the hole, and then I push the soil away with my hands, yeah? So I go here by the side and I'm gonna create the first hole. Okay, that's about it. Now here we've got the rooting hormone, where you have to, I'm using the thicker stem first. So I'm gonna dip the bottom end, that one that we've cut at 45 degrees, I'm gonna dip it into the rooting hormone. Yeah, the rooting hormone, I remind you, is a certain hormone that helps the cutting to create more roots, yeah? So you have to do it with rotational movements so that it will absorb rooting powder, yeah? It will trigger, yeah, the creation of new roots from the cutting. Okay, that's enough, yeah? So I'm gonna pop it in the hole in the soil. So I'm popping it down. So one is all done, you can see it, yeah? So I'm going now with the other one. Great, so we've got again to dip the bottom end of the cutting into our rooting hormone and do it with rotational movements. Rotational. Do it quite a bit so it will absorb enough hormone, yeah? Okay, I think now this is fine, yeah? Oh, I forgot to do another hole, so I'm gonna do another hole before I dip this inside. And ready to go. Hey Timo. I'll top up the soil a bit also, yeah? It's difficult to tell exactly how much soil to put. I'll put just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Hey Timo. I'll move that one a little bit more centrally. Don't worry. So I can. Yeah, that's about it. Now I like it better. I'll put a little bit more soil there. Let me clean the soil from the brim of the pot with that one. Actually, that's a good idea, yeah, because it cleans around anywhere. And you don't have no waste of your soil, yeah. But I'm gonna add just a bit more, I think. Okay, so when I look at it, it needs a little bit here. And it needs a little bit here also. This is bark. I'm gonna put it inside. Yeah. Yes, this is it. Now, because as I've said, we need to create a moist environment for our cuttings to be successful and to grow new roots. Because if we leave them like that, they will dry out and they will die. We need to keep moisture around them. So I'm going to create again the plastic dome that goes over them, yeah? So I'm gonna go next to my cuttings now with this empty plastic bottle to see exactly where I need to cut it, yeah? To check the length. So we are around there, yeah? Around there. And actually that's quite tight. So I'm gonna use, first of all I can recap my rooting hormone here. I'll do it later. Let me have a sip of coffee. I'll do it later, the rooting hormone, leave it. Because I had a bit of an accident with the cup. Okay, so now we have to create an entry hole, yeah? Do that very carefully. You don't want to injure yourself. So I'm going, yeah, to create entry hole. I've created it. Okay, best do it against a hard surface so you don't cause any injury to yourself, yeah? And gently now go around. Go around. And you just need this, yeah? So if it's a little bit rough around the edges, you cut this off, yeah? That's it, yeah? Now if you want to do just a little cutting somewhere around the bottle, because it will allow oxygen to go through, yeah? It will still go through the bottom of the dome, but it's good to have like a little scratch somewhere at the side, so it will allow more oxygen to go through while our cuttings are growing into new plants, yeah? I'm gonna try to do this. Be careful as you do it, as I said. You don't want to injure yourselves. I'll see now how I go about it. We'll do it though. Yeah, I've done it. Okay, can you see? So I've created a little scratch. Yeah. So this is gonna go over the cut. So I'm gonna go over it, cover the leaves. I'm gonna remove some more leaves here because we don't want so many leaves on. They won't be able to fit in. So I'm going to remove this one. And from here, I'm going to remove this one. I'm gonna push this a little bit further down. Also I'm gonna remove this, yeah, totally remove it. Because when I was looking at the leaves, we had left quite a few leaves on, and we don't want to have too many leaves on. We want to have a few, but not too many. Because this plant right now hasn't got any roots and cannot fit so many leaves here. So, and also I'm gonna remove this. And I might as well remove this very big one. From here I'm gonna remove this, and I'm gonna remove this one down here, yeah? It looks a bit more plausible. Okay, let's go now. So we have to go over. Perfect, that worked well. That's all we needed to do. And now we've got this one left. Let's see if it goes over quite well. That's pretty well. All I'm gonna do, I'm going to create another scratch on the other side of the bottle, yeah? Because we want to allow more oxygen to go through. So I'm gonna create a little scratch. Be very careful with these things, yeah? As you can see, I do everything in real time, so nothing is pre-prepared, and that's the fun of it and the entertaining side of the video. Yeah, we are supposed to enjoy the process and have a bit of fun and fill in our afternoon and make it creative and nice, so it gives us pleasure and satisfaction. I've done the scratch, yeah? Can you see? There's a little scratch there. So I've done it. So I'm gonna put the cap over now, okay? And we are done. That one, because actually the Miracle-Gro soil, when it comes out of the pot, is quite moist already. So I'm going to water this. Of course, we cannot leave it without watering it, but I'm gonna water it very sparingly. Yeah, be very careful. Don't put too much water inside because it may rotten our cuttings. Yeah. So I've got my cup of water here, and I'm gonna water it. I will get a sense, definitely it does not need more than 1 cup when it is quite moist already. The soil is quite moist here. So 1 cup the maximum that you can use for that one, and I may even have to stop before 1 cup. Yeah, I'll see how it goes, how the soil absorbs the water. Yeah. Okay. Just about 1 cup, but it doesn't need any more. So that one is ready, yeah? So I'm just leaving it, it's done. There was a little carriage with real horses that passed by. So nice, yeah, such a relaxing sound. I'm lucky to experience these things from my balcony. Great, so we've done this one, it looks beautiful. I think I'm gonna push it next to my other small pot, and I'm gonna come back because I'll tell you what we are gonna do next, yeah? My moisture meter, I don't need it anymore, I'm gonna leave it inside. Great. Also my cup, I don't need it anymore. Great, so we are done with that one, yeah? I don't know if you can see it. I'll go out of the way. It looks really nice, yeah? So I've done everything. So this is all done. So now what I'm going to do, I don't think we're gonna need the scissors again. Or my coffee, I'm gonna leave it here. I had an accident with the cup of the rooting hormone jar, so I'm gonna clean it under the tap and then I'm gonna recap my rooting hormone and I'm gonna be coming in. I'll tell you what we're going to do next, yeah? So I'm back again. So let me tell you, sorry for the accident, but I'm back again. So we've got a new starter kit. What we're going to do with that, yeah? I've got this little spade here. You've seen actually that before. Now what we're gonna do though, what's different with that one, I have got this I don't know if you can see them very well. Let me see if I can remove this. So actually I put the scissors inside now, so it's difficult to remove it. Let me leave this here. I'll go and get the scissors, yeah, so I can show you. still quite windy, so still I'm here again. I brought the scissors back. Actually the scissors is very useful in gardening. You should never put it aside before you have finished. You never know when you are gonna need it again. So I just wanted to show you what I'm going to do, because I need to cut this off, because you'll be able to see better if I manage to cut off the label. You, Timo, I'm here. Okay. I've removed some of it. I don't know if you can see inside. These are red aster seeds, but they are actually very, very small. You know, aster is a very beautiful plant which is very similar to chrysanthemum. They belong in the same category of plants, aster and chrysanthemum. Me, I love chrysanthemums very, very much. I find that the blooms and their flowers are very luscious, beautiful. I love very much the shape of their leaves and the shape of their blooms, and also I love very much the scent that they've got, because they've got a really beautiful scent. So I can remove a bit more off of it so I can show you more. The only problem is that this red is the white bits that you can see in the soil. These are the seeds of the red aster. It produces beautiful red flowers, which are very luscious and very beautiful. So the only problem is these seeds, because they are very small, as you can see, you cannot catch them individually in order to put them into the starter kit. So another way to do it and make your life easier, you can definitely not catch them individually. As you can see, they are very, very small. So what you can do, you can put them in soil, and you can do the cold stratification in the fridge by putting the whole kit, the whole jar with the seeds and the soil in the fridge for definitely a month or a month and a half. Even if you leave it a couple of months, even better, because it softens all the seeds, and it gives them a good start, so they have more chances to germinate when you actually show them into the soil. So we've got it now. I've shown you. That's what I wanted to show you. You've seen it quite a bit. You've seen it. From here you can see it more. I cannot totally remove all the label now. It's still very stiff, very well stuck onto the bottle, but I've removed enough for you to have a look. So now we are leaving that aside. We're gonna leave the scissors aside also, and we are gonna get our starter kit, and I'm gonna fill that with soil, and then we're gonna put the red aster seeds over it. So I've managed to fill in the starter kit with the red aster seeds, and I've recapped it. I've capped it. I have not recapped it because it's the first time I've done it for this one. So we are gonna leave it aside on the windowsill, and we're gonna monitor the progress. So, but a bit of outside noise is disturbing me a little bit, but that's the fun of the video. It happens in real time, and I communicate with you, and I look at you in the eyes, and you are looking at me in the eyes. That's the most fun part of it. And while I'm doing it, I relax and unwind. I'm learning, you are learning with me, and we are keeping each other company, and I hope you enjoy the company that I'm keeping you. So we are gonna leave this on the windowsill and see how it goes. It's gonna have some access to direct daylight. It's not very direct because this is a north-facing window, I think, that I've got here. My other window, which is at the back of the property, where is my bedroom, is the south-facing window, where the sun is very strong. But I'm not using that yet. I've got a balcony there as well, but it's a smaller one. This one is the big balcony and close to my lounge, so this is the balcony where I like to go out and have a good time and unwind. and this is my personal oasis because I relax here. Anything that happens during the day, no matter how stressful it is, when I sit over here, I just feel calmer and cooler. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this kit on the windowsill and see how it goes. We are gonna be monitoring the progress, yeah? So let's see, hopefully we will have better luck than the one we've had with hibiscus seeds. I'm keeping those starter kits with the hibiscus as well, because you never know, we may be lucky, maybe the conditions improve, the temperature rises and eventually they will sprout, or if they don't sprout, never mind, we tried. I've also ordered the new hibiscus seeds from another site and see if I have any better luck with them. So I'm leaving that aside, yeah? And that you've enjoyed it and it was good for you, and a good experience for you and good company, yeah? I still have my coffee here. I'm going now to clean the area and pick up everything. And what I want to tell you is that try always to be truthful to yourself, to listen to your heart and your mind and do what makes you happy. Try always not to get too stressed when stressful things happen. They're bound to happen, it's part of life, but when you decide that you are going to have a cooler look into them and take one thing at a time, you can do it, you can make it. I just want to say, if you enjoy the videos, spread the word, share it with other people that you know, and also subscribe to my channel. This will help my channel to grow and for me to speak to many more people. And enjoy your coffee and all what's left of it, and I will see you again next time. Until the next video, bye bye, and always look after yourselves. Bye, take care. Bye.